Here's a very complicated question that I'm going to ask.
Okay.
What kind of music are you?
Punk and metal is the short answer.
Punk and metal. Okay, so these guys play punk and metal, and that's pretty much what we got a taste of. Just some pretty awesome, to the point, heavy, devy shit right in your ears.
What?
Whatever that means. How long have you guys been doing this Justice League schniff?
We've been doing it for a quick minute, but it's like all of us played with each other one way or another, and you know, we really respect each other as artists. And with this crazy idea and everything just fell into place, kind of.
The idea that I get is that this might fall under the definition of supergroup.
Yep.
So it's only appropriate you take the name of a superhero group.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes, that's a disembodied voice in back of me is saying. That's why this is the Just Us League, or the Just Us Society of America.
Of anarchy.
Justice Society of Anarchy.
Yes.
Not America.
Not of
No
America.
shade.
Not Wrathchild of America.
God
Not that bad.
God bless anarchy.
God bless us all.
Yeah.
God bless.
Where does the name come from? Why Just Us?
Because it's just us, man. Like,
It's just
you know,
us, man.
look around. Who's here?
Just us. Just us.
Man. And that's how you feel as like as a member of like the punk community. You know, you're like, it's just us. And as, you know, minority, you know, it's various levels. But it just sounded cool. I just asked people. I had like a bunch of different ideas. Some of the other ones mad heavy, tweaking on them. And I write them down on a piece of paper and be like, which one do you like? Just Us League was like, survey says.
Well, you never know when Right Just Anger is going to come crashing through that door and be like, no! My idea! It's
Shout out to
mine!
Derek.
Shout out to Derek. Derek, let's hear some Righteous Anger already. But yeah, you guys did get to it first. He only had about a 6-year head start, but he's zeroing in on it. But for right now, as for this, so anyway, we got some really heavy ass punk metal. We got some people who know how to play more than one type of music, who've probably been in something like probably in between all three of you. I'm guessing like 80 bands.
At least 100. At least 100, something like that.
That's just you, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we definitely, these guys both have their own projects that are like, I'm humbled that they share time in my band.
Look, I don't know how you see it, but you guys kidnapped me and you fucking know it. I said no more bands. I said no more bands. I said that. And the next thing I knew, I woke up in a warehouse and I was fucking duct taped to the drums.
yeah, that is true.
Yes, this is
You could
definitely
call,
on.
you could call us a support group for fucking band junkies.
Rehab.
For band junkies.
Yeah, rehab.
We were just like,
Back.
Rehab.
Right, well, I mean, we actually get that a lot on our show. And I mean, Derek, if you want to finally complete this Righteous Anger lineup, there's an idea. Start kidnapping people and duct taping them. I don't think being polite and saying please is working for you at this point, so come on.
How much was the ransom for him again? How much
Chloroform, Derek.
man,
Ransom
they
for Joe
pulled the
Jordan?
Dave Chappelle
Yeah.
joint and
Oh,
hung
yeah.
up. He said he's Al Qaeda now.
Okay.
Bad bargaining shit.
Oh, man.
So anyway, now on the subject of that, how many gigs have you guys been playing so far? Do you have a lot of stuff lined up? Have you been playing out for a few hot months or years? Or?
Our first gig was 420 at Dalek. There's going to be some video of that was shot.
No one actually remembers that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you can guess why.
Yeah.
It was your first show, and you guys only had one practice before that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
All together, you know, it's just like a
and all
fun
memories
thing.
of that went up in smoke.
It did. It was just, yeah, man. Sometimes when you have forms of enlightenment, things just take over.
We've had a few gigs, but you know, whenever we can, because I want to say shout out to some of the bands that we're also a part of. Pure Hell, shout out to Scapegoat, shout out to Joe Jordan Experiment, shout out to Mighty Paradox, Koof Knots.
More Mother Goddess.
So, more Mother God. I mean, it's just like we'll keep the shout outs going
collectively
because it'll
part of
just
100
we'll
bands
break
right
them
now.
up
Pretty
into
much,
segments
pretty
because there's
We
so
usually
many
have shout-outs
bands out
on,
there.
but-
Will we get the Burn Down All Stars in any of those shout outs?
Yeah.
Damn. Wait. So
Burn Down
Joe might
Productions?
have jammed with
Joe
them.
might have jammed with
We were
him.
burned down at that first
Burn Down
gig.
Productions?
You know what?
Burn Down
Wait a
All
minute.
Stars.
We forgot Jimmy Stevens.
Shout out to Burn
Jimmy
Down All
Stevens.
Stars.
We
Yeah.
forgot
Yeah.
Slumlord Byron.
Oh my God,
We
that's
forgot-
what I'm saying.
Dude, this is so much, man.
That's what we gotta break it up into segments, man. We gotta do like giving props part 5.
So this is 3 people that are connected to about 3,000 people.
Yes.
Pretty much all on the scene that you can make your shout outs to. This was sort of like a band that was probably ordered by like a government conspiracy behind the scenes saying like, I want the ultimate band to form, I want this person positioned here. Let's have the bass player move in from Maine back into Philly again. And
Welcome back to Philly.
welcome back to Philly. That's
There it is.
yeah, let's get some Sonic the Hedgehog going as you're aware of.
Oh shit.
We're brought here to make the wrong things right.
That's pretty much what it is. It's like
How much does
everyone
pot
just, like,
cost
listen
in
to each
Maine?
other, like-
Yeah.
Cost you about
Pots of
Cost
plants.
you about 9 months in jail, probably.
No,
Yeah.
let's not talk
Waka,
about
waka,
that.
waka.
man.
Let's not talk about that. A pot of plants should
Let's say
fetch you about
it's
$10.
Lawyers said we
It's
can't
scarce.
talk about that.
I'm sorry.
You had,
Scratch that from the records.
you had to go on an
Thanks a
adventure to
lot,
grab.
boss.
Ah, Lord.
Man.
Now, what the lawyers did allow us to talk about was your upcoming double album that you're putting out on Steamhammer Records.
It's
Steam
called
hammer
Piece of
record.
Elbow
Steamhammer, I
Grease.
thought it was Spine Punch.
Well, I made that up, but as far as any sort of
This is the second record. It's called My Man's in Them.
My man's in them.
My man's in them. I like that.
yeah, baby, I like it raw. But anyway,
Sounds like a personal problem.
Oh,
but while we're at it, going back to that, do you have an actual physical recording on the way? Do you have like the very best of Right Just Us leg coming up? Is there anything along those lines?
Well, we've been working on, you know, just recording whenever we can. So it'll come out, you know. My goal was the end of the year, but I want to put out like the tightest thing possible. Next year, I'm sure, you know. Shout out to Psychedelic Pimps also, because when you said Sledgehammer Records, I'm thinking like
I thought
I'd rather-
Steamhammer Records.
Steamhammer.
I think that was a real record.
I'd rather put it out on Velvet Jones Records.
Oh,
My name is Velvet Jones.
it's as simple as that.
I've always wanted to be on the
I think
same
that's-
label as a record called I Want to Be a Hoe.
I think we're gonna put it out on Velvet Jones.
I like that.
This is too much truth, man.
In honor of the pimps who are in the house.
Real pimps, not that
This
fake.
evening.
Not that
Yeah,
fake
baby.
pimps.
And the great Eddie Murphy sketch on SNL when he does the book I Want to Be a Hoe.
There it is.
Yeah. Well, you get to meet new people. That
Galactic
was-
prophylactic.
Wow.
That's frightening.
If you don't have a copy of the best of Eddie Murphy's Saturday Night
You're
Live
lost, man.
in your collection,
Then you missed Woodstock,
you
baby.
need to get out there and
Pretty much.
cop that.
My wife left me. Isn't that great, kids? I'm so glad that bitch is gone.
We'll throw it in with when the album comes out. It'll come with a special edition.
Yeah, bonus
Eddie
DVD,
Murphy.
Justice League,
Velvet
and the best of Eddie Murphy.
Wow.
It's a 2 CD
It's a
set.
2 CD set now. Now, speaking of the best of Eddie Murphy, speaking of, you know, the guy who used to have to eat Tonka toys when he was a kid.
Speaking of I Like
Right.
It Raw,
Yes, but speaking of that, I noticed you got a lot of different sort of musical influences outside of punk and metal going on here. So speaking of Eddie Murphy, you call yourself, you know, jazz punk bass in there. So I mean, musically, again, you've certainly been grinding our faces into the ground. Are we going to get some jazz odysseys? How it goes on?
yeah, that was actually gonna be. I had like a bunch of jokes in my shirt pocket that I was gonna, and this song we play, "Remember Me," it has a hardcore breakdown. Like it starts out punk melodic, hardcore breakdown, and then that's how the song ends. But whenever we play it live, it turns into a straight freeform jazz odyssey. So
Nice.
you're gonna hear like a good 5 or 10 minutes. You know, we don't want to go full Spinal Tap, but we'll dip it into Spinal Tap territory for you.
Well, not a full Spinal Tap, but like a half Scott Joplin, something like that, right?
Well, it's like we listen to each other. That's what's so cool about it. We just listen to each other and we feed off of each other. And it sounds like it's been rehearsed, but it's not. That's what's so cool about it.
Right, now there's the word for that I think is good musicianship.
Yeah.
And by the way, there is a cat loose in the studio
I know,
right now.
Vinny.
Right, that's why we're making cat noises right now. There's nothing else about it. There's no double entendre. There's an actual cat in the basement.
There's a cat in here?
Yeah, man.
It's
Oh, he
Vinny.
was too fast.
I'm a psychedelic pimp, so you
Vinny
know,
Paul is
I,
in the
I
studio.
always have some
Vinny.
pussy.
Yeah, so
Speaking
Oh,
of musicianship
cats
and
around
being
me.
able to just play without practicing, we're going to cut you a clip of you guys playing at 420, your first show, with only one practice before this, and I understand it was a short one. And this is the very first time you guys took the stage together, correct?
Yeah.
And this was on 420 at Dallock for Rockers Spring Series, and we're going to cut to that, and we'll be right back with Justice League and KMX Challenge, as well as the bass off.
There it is.
yeah, we're gonna put that jazz funky bass to the
Get
to
your
the test.
questions ready for Justice League.
Oh.
We're going to stump them with some punk rock questions, see if they can
I'm gonna go
see if
Pete
they
first.
test their
That way,
knowledge and see really how punk rock they are.
questions
You ready?
flow.
Here we go. Here is Justice League at Dallock, West Philly. Okay, you guys, we have 6 minutes, so stay right where you are, don't move. If I need a beer
Joe
or
needs
something
to
to drink,
wet the
we'll get it for you.
unwet the whistle.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got
yeah.
6 minutes.
You guys need anything?
He needs something to.
Another beer.
Let me have the camera.
More beer.
Alcohol.
More beer.
Never mind the beer. Here's the
How much
Sex
beer there
Pistols.
is? Never mind the Bullocks.